You might think that history doesn't matter much when you're busy seeing patients, but here's the thing. Understanding where physio came from can actually improve how you practice today. It can also help you shape the future of our profession. So let's quickly travel through history to discover the foundations that influence what you do in the clinic. Then, we'll talk about why knowing this stuff matters. Physiotherapy is the art of making people feel better, move better, function better, and swear less, but no promises. It has its roots that stretch back to the dawn of civilization. Back in ancient times, the Greeks and the Romans were already onto something, using their hands, water, and exercise for healing. Hippocrates, the big cheese of ancient Greek medicine, was all over this, advocating for massage, hydrotherapy, and movement, saying, "Movement is medicine, bro." Jump forward to the 19th century, and in Sweden, Per Henrik Ling creates what we could call Physio 1.0 with his Swedish gymnastics. He set up the Royal Central Institute of Gymnastics, where the idea was, let's make this a legit profession. In these Victorian times, doctors were like, hey, we need some hands-on help here. And thus the Society of Trained Masseurs was born in 1894, because who doesn't love a great massage? Fast forward to 1920, and they got a little rebrand as the Chartered Society of Massage and Medical Gymnastics, because hands-on is good, but adding exercises made patients better. But wait, there's more. In 1943, they rebranded again to the Chartered Society of Physiotherapy, and that's the name that stuck. Meanwhile, across the pond, the Americans founded the American Women's Physical Therapeutic Association in 1921 because women are naturally better at empathy, caring, and putting up with other people's crap. But then because rebranding was all the rage, they became the American Physiotherapy Association in 1922, and then the American Physical Therapy Association in 1946. But physiotherapy is the same as physical therapy, and they both abbreviate to PT, which only really bothers the personal trainers. World War I, World War II, and polio were game changers for physiotherapy. Suddenly, we're heroes helping heroes. And this helped physio go from being a medical sideshow to its own enterprise. Improving patients' function turned out to be important after all. By the mid-20th century, physio was branching out. It's like, let's get specific, and look at me, I've got more specialized knowledge, and everyone grab a niche. So we got sports physio, neurophysio, pediatric physio, couch potato physio. Oh, okay, I made that last one up, but you get the idea. Manual therapy was becoming a big deal, and James Syriac was going, hey, manipulate those joints. His approach was all about cause and effect, diagnosing through hands-on techniques. Robin McKenzie from New Zealand was saying, hey, let's do some repeated movement testing as part of our assessment, and then I'll teach you how to do exercises as that self-treatment at home. And technology was joining the party. Ultrasound machines, electrical stimulation, and all sorts of gadgets became part of the physio toolkit. It was like, hey, let me turn this up slowly until you feel a gentle buzz. And wow, look at those muscles really jump. This era saw physio blending traditional methods with modern science because acupuncture was poking around with the idea of pain relief. As we step into the 21st century, there's a shift toward holistic care because apparently people are more than bags of meat. And the focus is not just on the physical, but also on the mind. Pain science, with pioneers like Lorimer Moseley and David Butler teaching us that the mind matters. And flossing wasn't just for teeth. Remember that virus thing? COVID-19 was a virtual wake-up call for physiotherapy. Telemedicine went from zero to hero, and physios had to zoom in on their skills to deliver care through a screen. Now patients can get treatment on their couch at home, while physios can coach them from their couch at home. It's a virtual win-win. Today, physio is struggling to outgrow its massage past while still doing some hands-on treatment. In a healthcare world where insurance only wants to pay for exercises with evidence. Some are yelling about prevention and education and empowerment, but physios like me just want you to like, comment, and subscribe. Modern physio is all over the place. From ancient massages to modern-day tech, physiotherapy has evolved, always aiming to help humans move better, live better, and feel better. And that's the journey of physio, a profession with ancient roots, but eyes on a firmly set on the future. You might be thinking, what did I just watch, and why should I care? Well, my skeptical friend, understand our roots help us navigate the present and the future of our practice. In this video, we'll cover, number 1, how physiotherapy has evolved from ancient practices like manual therapy, hydrotherapy, and exercise to modern innovations like manual therapy, hydrotherapy, and exercise, but now we have electrical modalities. 2, how physiotherapy is struggling to find its voice in a noisy healthcare world. While others try to muscle in on our turf, we need to stand up straight and proudly declare our unique awesomeness and show the world how we can improve patients' function. 3, how physiotherapy has grown up thanks to its innovative pioneers. Who knew that we've been standing on the shoulders of giants all this time? And that's where our assessments and treatments and our theories come from. And if you stay around to the end, I've got a bonus round, how to keep your physiotherapy practice from becoming a relic like a flip phone in a smartphone world. Because in the end, it's all about making sure patients and physios aren't just surviving, but they're thriving. Now let's explore the roots of physiotherapy and how they've shaped our modern practice. Section 1, Roots of Physiotherapy, from Ancient Foundations to Modern Practice. Building on ancient roots and evolving with modern technology, physiotherapy rests on 3 fundamental principles. 1. Manual therapy, hands-on techniques like massage, manipulation, and mobilization trace their roots back to ancient civilizations, and they're still the foundation of what we do. 2. Modalities, think of passive spa-like treatments like hot, cold, and electrical stimulation. This is our modern take on ancient hydrotherapy, both hot and cold. In the 1800s, we added electricity to the party. 3. Active exercises. The Greeks laid the groundwork for our therapeutic exercise programs with their emphasis on physical fitness and the Olympics. Today we use exercise not just for rehabilitation, but also for prevention, mirroring the ancient belief that health benefits of physical activity. These ancient roots are more than just historical trivia. They form the bedrock of what we do daily. As physiotherapists, we stand on the shoulders of these trailblazing visionaries, using their discoveries to inform and improve our practice. Here's 3 ways that history impacts on our daily physio work. Number 1, techniques from the past. Our manual therapy, our modalities, our exercise choices are all based on ideas and precedents that came before. Knowing where some of these came from can help us choose better what to do with our patients today. So stay tuned. I have a litany of influencers to challenge your thinking. 2, evolving clinical decision making. Our clinical decision making, from a mechanical anatomical model of the body to impairment syndromes to the biopsychosocial model, all came from a specific time and place in history. They reflect what people were thinking. History is full of changing ideas about, well, everything. So when some therapist confidently tells me this is the way it is, I'm like, whoa, dude, chill out. Let's just put this in context. And history is that context for ideas. 3, history is shaping the future of physiotherapy. Like I touched on in my overview of physio history, where we're at today isn't where we were 100 years ago or 50 years ago. So where are we going? I don't know. But in 50 or 100 years, it's going to be someplace different. I have no idea where we're going, but we need a historical context to make decisions to get there. So the next time you're working with a patient, remember that you're part of a rich tradition that goes way, way back. Pretty cool, eh? Understanding this historical context is essential. It helps you make better decisions clinically and stay curious about what's possible. And you'll improve your skills and enhance your practice, which not only helps you, but helps your patients in the long run. With an understanding of our profession's history, let's look at the challenges of establishing a strong brand identity in a crowded healthcare market. Section 2, Standing Out in a Crowded Market, the Importance of Physiotherapy Branding. Have you ever felt like our profession is struggling to find its place in the healthcare world? I know I have. Let's face it, our profession has undergone some major identity changes over the years. We've gone from being called massage therapists to gymnastics instructors to physiotherapists or physical therapists, and even today there's a hot debate about the scope of our practice. These identity issues aren't just about semantics, they impact on how the public sees us and the value we can bring. Many people still equate physiotherapy with getting a massage or a hot pack. They don't realize our education and our drive to improve patient function. This misunderstanding is the basis of our modern physiotherapy branding identity problem. Think about it, when patients are searching for help with their pain or injury, they often don't know who to turn to. They see a physiotherapist or an occupational therapist or a chiropractor or someone else completely. We're not alone in this struggle. Other professions are encroaching on our turf. Most certified hand therapists are also occupational therapists because, activities of daily living. Chiropractors are doing their adjustments and offering more and more boutique services. Athletic trainers, kinesiologists, personal trainers are all giving exercise advice. To stand out in a crowded healthcare marketplace, we need to establish a strong brand identity that showcases our unique value. But what makes physiotherapy unique? The answer lies in our professional focus on enhancing patient function, mobility, and overall well-being. To communicate this effectively, we need to 1. Develop a clear and unique brand identity. Emphasize our profession's focus on improving patient function based on our unique blend of education and skills. We're kind of like a lot of other professions, but none of them are us. I think this is more than scope of practice. Do you think it's more than scope of practice? Let me know. 2. Highlight patient-centered care. Showcase our commitment to evidence-based practice and incorporate the latest research and expert opinion into treatment approaches. Emphasize the importance of tailoring treatment plans to individual needs and goals. 3. Use data-driven decision-making. Leverage data and outcome analysis to inform treatment decisions and demonstrate the effectiveness of physiotherapy interventions. Some of what we do really improves patient function, so we need to build on that. By owning our professional identity and communicating it confidently, we can overcome brand confusion and make a lasting impact on our patients' lives. Remember, that's why we're here, to improve our patients' lives with our expertise. That's where the World Confederation of Physical Therapy comes in. They're a global voice for our profession, representing thousands of physios worldwide. They advocate for physios around the world to work together to improve healthcare. Our brand identity impacts on who comes into our clinic and who gets referred, so it does impact on our daily practice. And we continue to shape the future of physiotherapy. Let's take a closer look at the pioneers and principles that have guided our profession's evolution. Section 3, the evolution of physiotherapy, pioneers, principles, and practice. Physiotherapy has evolved to occupy a distinct place within healthcare. We've transitioned away from a traditional patriarchal medical model where physiotherapists worked under doctors' orders. Today, we advocate for autonomy and direct access, recognizing patients' rights to actively participate in their care and make informed decisions about their health. When I first started out as a physiotherapist, I thought my manual therapy skills were on point. But as I worked with patients, I realized that I was building on the work of the people who came before me. The more I read about these people, the more I realized I really didn't understand how much they contributed to what I was doing every day. As I learned more, I discovered it wasn't just manual therapy, it was everything. Assessments, treatments, and theory. Oh my, all the theories. There are many different approaches to everything in physiotherapy. We learn some in school, we get exposed to others depending on where we work or who we work with. Let's take a look at how these pioneers have helped create physiotherapy we know today, and how their work still helps us take care of our patients. Back in the day, physician James Cyriax and his physiotherapist wife Patricia Cyriax were pioneers, turning orthopedic diagnosis into a systematic, almost detective-like art. They'd say, diagnose with selective tissue tension and try friction massage. Robin McKenzie from New Zealand wasn't far behind, talking about directional preference and centralization and repeated movement testing. When it comes to movement patterns, Gray Cook stepped in with his functional movement screen. He told us, don't just treat the pain, let's fix how you move so the pain doesn't come back. Right alongside him, Shirley Sharman focused on movement systems impairments that helped us identify and correct those dysfunctional movement patterns. Diane Lee was another big name, all about integrated systems and integrated solutions, the pelvis, breathing, and listening to the body to empower movement and to empower life. Then there's the world of pain management. Lorimer Mosley and David Butler took the reins here, launching Explain Pain approach and diving deep into neurodynamics. Their mantra was simple. Pain isn't just physical, you have a better chance of managing it. They helped many rethink how they deal with chronic pain and giving people tools to make them feel empowered. Moving into manual therapy, Freddie Kaltenborn and Olaf Evgenth made waves with the Kaltenborn-Evgenth concept because the Freddie-Olaf concept sounded stupid. This focus on joint mobilization and manipulation, teaching us how to move these joints into the right position for relief. Brian Mulligan also got into the action, inventing mobilization with movement techniques. He showed that you could move while getting your body fixed at the same time. It's like therapy multitasking. In the realm of spinal rehab, Paul Hodges revolutionized our understanding of motor control, teaching us how to stabilize the spine for better function and fewer injuries. Stuart McGill's work on spinal health became a foundational piece, keeping backs going, and deep dive into the science of spinal mechanics. And his mustache. Oh, don't forget his mustache. Then there's the holistic approach to therapy. Peter O'Sullivan had become a leader in cognitive functional therapy, combining both physical and psychological strategies to help people understand and manage their pain. It's a full body approach that connects the minds and muscle. This is like Vladimir Yanda's focus on muscle imbalances and their impact on movement. And this has been instrumental in helping people find balance in their bodies and recover from injury. As physiotherapy continues to evolve, it's no longer about just fixing the pain. It's about understanding, preventing, and empowering. These leaders have shaped not only how we treat injuries, but how we think of the body and its potential for healing. Whether through manual techniques or pain science or movement patterns, they've all paved the way for functional approach that continues to help our patients today. Who's missing from my list? Are there any physio influencers I've overlooked? Let me know in the comments. This is why different physios can give different treatments for the same problem. So check out this video here. But what does this mean for us as physiotherapists? It means that we have the opportunity to work with in different settings with different patients and using different skills. It means there are many different ways to slice the physiotherapy pie. What's most important to us as physiotherapists isn't just our individual slice of the pie, but rather our ability to explore and sample from different slices. It's about sticking our fork into various areas and discovering what's tasty and relevant to our practice. For example, motor control research of Shumway Cook isn't only applicable in pediatrics, but also in neurology, because who doesn't love a good task analysis? Or the nerve flossing techniques developed by Butler can apply in various areas of physiotherapy like orthopedics, neurology, geriatrics, and sports. We used to just be technicians, but now we're professionals. So stay curious, keep learning, and always put your patients first. Don't be afraid to try new things, explore different specialities or work settings. This will help you become a more versatile and effective physiotherapist and provide better care for your patients. Being open to new experiences, you'll grow as a professional and have a more fulfilling career. So be curious, be bold, and see where the journey takes you. Wow, you've made it this far. Congratulations. Here's the bonus section that I was promising earlier. This is where we take things to a new level and explore essential strategies for future-proofing your physiotherapy practice in a rapidly changing landscape. Bonus section, thriving in a changing landscape, future-proofing your physiotherapy practice. History tells us that physiotherapy has always been about change. History tells us we've always adapted to advances in science and changes in society. COVID-19 showed us that healthcare is always changing. So how do we keep up? Physio will continue to evolve if we keep a growth mindset. Number one, prioritize your patients. Put their needs and well-being at the forefront of your practice. 2, stay curious. Continuously learn and update your knowledge to stay ahead of the curve. 3, think critically, evaluate new ideas and new technology with a skeptical eye, seeking solid evidence and considering multiple perspectives. So when you're faced with new gadgets, new trends, or even new diseases, ask yourself these questions. 1, what's the evidence? Look for robust proof, not just a single small study. Even dissenters may be voicing some reasonable objections. 2, how does it fit into my physiotherapy practice? Ensure that it aligns with your knowledge base and your values. If it's too good to be true, it's probably crap. 3, what are the patient benefits and risks? Prioritize what's best for your patients, not just what's trendy and new. Critical thinking is essential in physiotherapy. Use it to evaluate new ideas, seek diverse perspectives, and challenge accepted norms. Don't be afraid to say, I don't know. It's often the most intelligent response. Instead, seek mentorship, peer feedback, and maintain some humility. To keep physiotherapy relevant, respected, and revolutionary, remember to, number 1, keep your skepticism sharp. So when somebody says, I'll be getting an AI robot in the clinic, well, I won't be holding my breath. 2, keep curiosity alive. Like, I'm curious about shockwave therapy's supposed effect on scar tissue, but it literally doesn't destroy scar tissue, but I'm reassured with the knowledge that shockwave therapy has proved beneficial in other areas like urology, cardiology, and dermatology, suggesting that there's something promising about its application in physiotherapy. 3, always prioritize your patients. This is why we're here. Some physios focus on fame and fortune, while the rest of us are grinding away seeing patients. It's about thinking, reasoning, and problem solving to deliver the best possible care for our patients. By following these principles, you'll be ready to adapt to the changing world of physiotherapy and give your patients the best chance of a good outcome. So the key takeaways here is that it's essential to remember that our past is the foundation to our future. 4 key lessons that history gives us and impacts on our daily practice are: 1, our foundation matters. Our 3 pillars of physiotherapy, manual therapy, modalities, and active exercises all have ancient roots. emphasizing the importance of functional principles and realistic perspective. 2. A strong brand identity is crucial. Clearly communicating our unique value helps us stand out in the crowded healthcare marketplace and ensures that patients know what to expect from us. 3. We stand on the shoulders of giants. Physiotherapy has changed a lot over time, and many innovators have helped shape it into the diverse and effective profession it is today. 4. Adaptability is key. Embracing change, innovation, and systems thinking enables us to provide better healthcare for our patients and stay ahead of the curve. What part of physio history shocked you the most? Have you heard of all these physio influencers? Are there some that I'm missing? Let me know in the comments. My 2 books are now available at Amazon. What They Don't Teach You About Documentation in Physiotherapy School, a short how-to manual for successful daily note templates, and From Injury to Recovery Through Exercise, simple functional exercise progressions for physiotherapists to restore lifting, standing, walking. Thank you for your support. Let's go on a journey with this awesome video right here, and subscribe to be among the first to see my future masterpieces. Thank you.